Let's be honest. Budgeting on a regular paycheck is hard enough. But budgeting on a completely irregular freelance income? That's a whole different kind of stress. Some months you're up, some months you're scraping by. In traditional budgeting advice, it assumes a steady paycheck, something most freelancers don't have. In this video, I'm going to show you how I budget on an unpredictable income using a system inspired by the profit first method, one that works even if your earnings are inconsistent or unpredictable. When I first started freelancing, I tried to follow all the typical budgeting tips: fixed monthly budgets, fancy apps, zero-based spreadsheets, but none of it worked because none of it was built for irregular income. My paychecks came at random times for random amounts. I'd land a $3,000 project, then make nothing for 2 weeks. Or I'd do 5 small jobs in a month and not get paid for any of them until the next one. So I'd create a monthly budget based on hope, not reality. And then I'd overspend, panic, or make bad financial decisions just to feel in control again. The truth is, most budgeting tools are built for employees, not for freelancers. What we need is not a tighter spreadsheet. We need a flexible system that reacts to what actually comes in, not what we hope will. That's when I started adapting Profit First. The first thing Profit First taught me was this: you don't fix money problems by budgeting what's left over. You fix them by giving every dollar a job the moment it arrives. That single shift changed everything for me. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to figure out where the money went, I began proactively allocating funds as soon as I got paid. That gave me control before things got messy. This system won't make you rich overnight, but it will make you feel in control even when your income is inconsistent. Here's how I do it in practice. No fancy tools, no finance background required. Every time I get paid, whether it's $200 or $2,000, I split the money into 4 main buckets. The first bucket is taxes. I immediately set aside 25 to 30% of every payment for taxes. This isn't optional. It goes into a completely separate account that I don't touch. It's not even money I consider mine. When tax season rolls around, I'm ready. No scrambling, no stress. The second bucket is operating expenses, around 10 to 20%. This covers anything I spend to run my freelance business: tools, subscriptions, domain renewals, software, occasional outsourcing, that sort of thing. It's a small but essential fund that keeps my business functional. The third bucket is personal pay, typically 40 to 50%. This is what I actually live on: rent, groceries, phone bill, daily life expenses all come from here. I transfer money into my personal account from this bucket twice a month, like a paycheck. It adds a sense of rhythm and reliability to an otherwise chaotic income stream. And the fourth bucket is profit, or what I call my safety buffer. I aim to put 10 to 15% of each payment here. This is the breathing room fund. It's allowed me to take time off, pay surprise bills, and most importantly, feel safe. When this account is healthy, I feel calm. When it's empty, I know to pull back and prepare. The beauty of this system is that it scales. If I make $500 in a week, I split it. If I make $5,000, I split it. The percentages stay the same, even if the amounts change. Let me tell you how this actually helped me. A few years ago, I had one of those months. I landed a big project and got paid over $4,000 in one transfer. It felt amazing. I kept it all in one account and started spending. I bought a new laptop, I paid ahead on bills, I even splurged on a weekend away. By the end of the month, I was broke. Rent hit harder than expected, I forgot about upcoming software renewals, and worst of all, I hadn't saved anything for taxes. I ended that month feeling ashamed and anxious. That was my wake-up moment. I realized that earning well didn't mean anything if I didn't have a system to manage what I earned. I wasn't bad with money, I just didn't have a method built for freelance reality. Since then, I've stuck to my profit-first inspired setup. It hasn't made me perfect, but it's made me consistent, and that's a game changer. Now, let's talk tools, because everyone works differently. I use Monzo because it lets me create pots inside a single account, which makes visualizing my buckets super easy. I have also used Revolut and Wise, which are great for currency separation and quick transfers. If you're more analog, you can open multiple checking or savings accounts and nickname them, or use Notion to track your percentages manually. I've built dashboards in Notion that pull in income, show real-time splits, and help me stay accountable. It doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to work for you. Some freelancers love YNAB, others swear by Google Sheets. Don't overthink the platform, just make sure the money is clearly divided. That separation is where the clarity comes from. And here's a rhythm that's changed everything for me: the weekly reset. Every Friday, I sit down for 15 minutes. I check what payments came in. I split them. I update my dashboard. I pay myself. Then I close the tab. This habit has eliminated 90% of the stress I used to feel around money. It keeps me on track even when I'm tired, busy, or in a dry patch. It's like brushing your teeth. Small, boring, but powerful over time. It also helps me spot patterns. If client payments slow down, I see it coming. If expenses spike, I can plan for it. If my profit buffer grows, I can reward myself or reinvest. That's what this system gives me: control before things get out of hand. Look, freelance income will probably always be unpredictable, but your response to it doesn't have to be. When you give your income structure, even a basic one, you build safety. You stop living in reactive mode. You stop panic spending. You start making calm, confident decisions because you know what's yours, what's not, and what's coming. This approach has helped me save more, stress less, and feel way more stable, even during the slow months. If this helped you, check out my first video where I explain how I saved $10,000 in 6 months using this exact budgeting system. You'll see the real numbers and how it works in practice. And if you want more honest, faceless videos about freelancing and finances, hit subscribe to Freelance Money Mode. I make content that's calm, real, and actually useful. No fluff, no hype. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.